Welcome to Talk Utah. I'm Holly Love with the oh-so Ralph Lauren model-like Trip Mitchell.
I have owned this sweater for a couple years, and I don't wear it because I have to clean it every time. For a guy to wear a white sweater, it just doesn't go well.
But
thank
you look so handsome.
Well, thank you. I pulled this out specifically for you.
I think J. Crew might be calling.
Now, this shirt reflects
Yes.
more light than a satellite dish up in space.
I was hoping that maybe the shirt would take away from the fact that I couldn't sleep last night, had the craziest day, then I didn't wake up on time. Ever had one of those days?
Here's my new thing for you.
Okay, what?
I was taught this lesson.
Okay.
Don't ever tell anyone that when you're going to call them back.
What do you mean?
So if I'm going to call someone back, I used to say I'll call you back within an hour. I just say I'll call you back at some point. That way you're never late calling people back. And you...
I wasn't late calling back.
No. But you just say, I'll be in. And never tell us when. That way it'll be a surprise and we'll be so happy when we see you. That is the new strategy. We've got a great show for you, including Holly standing in a substance that is totally unique. We'll be back after this short break with news you can use. You're watching Talk Utah right here.
Let System Networks handle your technical needs so you can focus on what you do best. With a wide range of 24/7 technical support services and a staff of high-level network engineers, System Networks can eliminate all your company's time-wasting technical problems, allowing your team to be more efficient, productive, and able to focus on the work they do. Mention this ad and they'll put $1,500 toward a new server, cloud licensing, or firewalls. System Networks, allowing you to do what you do best.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so I'm preparing myself because Trip, you've asked a favor of me, and I'm a little terrified, but I'm ready.
You always are supposed to ask for a second opinion in medicine, correct?
Yeah, you're supposed to, yeah.
I want you to ask for a second opinion on me. So, hypothetically, if I die ahead of you,
Oh, okay.
I want you to ask for a second opinion.
Okay, how come?
And the reason is there's a woman in Poland who
Okay.
evidently was liked about as much as Nana. She was in her 90s, and she died. And the doctor came over, pronounced her dead, signed the death certificate. They take her to the funeral home, and she wakes up 9 hours later.
Oh, no.
So what I want you to do is if I kick...
No.
I've got a lot of relatives who I'll be in the bed on life support, and they'll trip over the plug. I'm
Trip,
not well
you
loved.
are loved.
Maybe not by certain people, but that being said, I want you to do me a huge favor.
Okay.
If I die, ask for a second opinion, because the last thing I want to do is to wake up
Pinky square.
inside a
Coffin?
casket. Yeah.
6 feet under? That's the
Exactly.
deal. You know what? I feel that maybe I should ask for the same favor, because that just sounds terrifying.
Oh, is that the worst thing?
I think that is the worst thing ever.
You wake up and you're in a coffin going, oh, that sucks.
That's like everybody's worst nightmare, and the fact that this, thank
some
goodness
people-
she woke up before she was in the coffin.
Before she was embalmed, because at that point
Right?
things are really bad. But there are people we've heard of who actually have an intercom from their coffin to the
Just in case.
just in case.
Like in their will, it's
they're
part of
probably
a
Boy
thing.
Scouts. Always be prepared.
Always be prepared. Okay, wait, this one's a good story. So tell me, let's talk about the Today Show guy.
The Today Show guy in Australia,
Okay.
literally as a test to see if viewers noticed, wore the same suit all year.
For an entire year.
Same suit, never got one comment. Where you guys,
Yeah.
you look beautiful today, but you probably have, and I have no idea what stuff costs, but my sense is your wardrobe today probably is over $1,000.
Wow. You know what? I will
you
say
can wear
I
it
am a thrifty shopper, so thank you for thinking that it's $1,000. But girl stuff is way more expensive. It's true.
And guy stuff, we are so much luckier, and there's a different standard when it comes to men and women on TV. And
Well, and especially with the suit, it's like you guys, if you're in a suit and you got a really nice tie, you look great, and nobody really pays a difference. So he just switched out the tie every day, right?
Yeah, he
and the
wore a
shirt
different shirt,
underneath. And yeah, a basic blue suit or dark suit with that changing up. I probably would never notice.
Yeah, and that's great. I love that story.
So here's what I want to know. Does this mean I get a clothing allowance now?
Well, put it this way. After our viewers see the next segment of you, they're going to know that you need a clothing allowance. That's a precursor for something that'll be a lot of fun. You're watching Talk Utah. Holly Love, Trip Mitchell will be right back.
She had a lot of trouble in school.
He had some impulsivity issues.
He was having a lot of meltdowns, a lot of tantrums.
I feel like all I did was yell at my kid all day.
Brain Balance is the answer for your kid because it didn't just mask
the problems, it actually addressed the issue.
We started seeing huge differences in her behavior.
It's a totally different life.
And welcome back to Talk Utah. I am so excited about this next segment. Dr. Earl, also known as Dr. Honest, from Integrated Wellness, which is a wonderful, wonderful facility, took you out into a substance that I feel you're very good at.
Oh, wow. No, seriously, adventures with Dr. Earl, when we do our Dr. Honest adventures, they're always crazy. And this one found me on a farm, knee deep in some farm stuff. I think that we should just probably take a look.
A great metaphor.
All right, everybody, I am on another adventure with Dr. Honest, aka Dr. Earl, one of our favorite guys from Integrated Wellness. And today we are, I don't know, kind of a pile of stuff over there. I guess I better put these boots on. It'll be interesting. Oh, there's a bug. Yuck. I think there might be something in the boot. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I think that might be poo. I have puked while changing a diaper before, so I'm thinking we're gonna be in some trouble, guys. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, whew. I'm gonna be okay, guys. I'm gonna keep it together for this, I promise. All right, we're ready. I'm gonna just think about cotton candy, things that smell good. Ooh. Ooh. So I found Dr. Honest, aka Dr. Earl. Where are we? And hello, what's happening here?
Well, we are going to talk about some of the origins of your food and talk about where it comes from and how doing little things to make healthy food makes us healthy.
Because we're standing in a really large pile of some poo. So you're saying our food comes from this?
Well, no, but the animals that produce our food do come from this. And one of the key components that we're finding is that if you have healthy cows, then you have healthy food.
So we're going to simplify this. Basically, cows who live in this, which is pretty bad, they get sick because they're living in this, which is full of sick. And then what they produce, whether it be milk, whether it be the meat, it is gross.
That's exactly
And then
right.
what has to happen in order to make it not gross? These extra processes that have to happen, right?
Right. And realize that a lot of the same things that keep us happy and healthy, fresh air, a clean environment, being able to shower, clean off ourselves, etc. Well, cows don't obviously take showers, they don't take baths, but they need to get out into a more clean environment where they can lay down, they can bed down, and essentially keep themselves clean.
Yeah.
Not only that, if you have a cow that's fed hay, grass, their bacteria count that's in their gut, that's in their digestive system, and then throughout their entire body and also in their poop, essentially the bad bacteria count drops to almost zero.
Typical American farms right now that are trying to raise a ton of meat, most of them are kept kind of captive in an environment like this.
That's correct.
For the most part. So they live and breathe and sleep and eat in this right here.
Yeah, that's right.
And the outcome is that we have to give them antibiotics because they're sick all the time, because they're living in E. coli, or they have to be pumped more full of proteins because they're not eating naturally and we're trying to speed up their growth, right?
Right. Let's take corn for a perfect example. It's subsidized with tax dollars to the point that it's very cheap, sometimes almost free for the farmer. Corn is not a natural food source for
a cow.
For a cow.
It's not really healthy.
It's not healthy.
So that's also contributing to their state after, when they are processed and become meat.
Yep.
So this is why we have such jacked up meat, and then all of these regulations that basically the government has to do to make meat healthy.
And the same thing happens with milk, and so that's a great segue as far as it being the perfect thing that happens with milk. Now, because there's so much bacteria with the cows in their living environment where they're at all of the time, then they have to pasteurize the milk. And pasteurization then we call denature, but it basically unravels the structure of the proteins, the enzymes, and those components of the milk that are often the most healthy for us. And so because of that, we drink Frankenmilk. And if you ever have the chance to see a real fresh glass of milk and put it next to an overly processed glass of milk, you'll really be surprised at the difference.
So if we just had like lovely, lovely fields for them to live in, then we wouldn't have to be so worried about antibiotics and the fact that our kids are, you know, being affected by all of these horrible things in our food.
That's exactly right.
All right, well, should we go find some happy cows?
Let's do that.
I think we should. All right, guys, let's go find some happy cows. Wait for me, Dr. Earl. I'm coming. These boots are really big. I would jump. This is where I am today. It's kind of a metaphor for life. All right, I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, where have you been? Thanks, guy. I've kind of been stuck there. So here we are. We're on this beautiful farm. Tell me from a doctor's perspective, patients, what are your patients dealing with because of bad meat? All the antibiotics, all the hormones. What's happening to us as a society, as people?
Well, the hormones make it into us, and so we end up having abnormal growths, having diseases that we wouldn't have because those hormones are in our meats. Be that hormonal problems of female infertility, other kinds of things.
Really?
Different aspects because that meat is laden with hormones and different chemicals. Antibiotic resistance is a huge problem, especially here in the US, where we're having to use stronger and stronger antibiotics or combining antibiotics in order to treat patients. And it's getting to where there are some bacteria that we can't even treat.
So now that we're seeing it, I mean, is there hope?
Well, there is. What we need to do as consumers is we need to make that choice. Choose with your dollars how you eat. Make sure you insist on good, healthy meats. You're looking for grass-fed. You're looking for hormone-free. You're looking for those cows that have the opportunity to get out into the environment, keep themselves clean, drop their bacteria count into a nice, healthy, safe level, and really give you then a healthy product to put into your body.
All right, well, thanks for unearthing another problem, Dr. Honest. What's on the agenda next? Where are you going to have me?
We'll see.
Yikes. Can it get worse than poop?
Oh, yeah.
You have a bug on you. Yucks. All right, let's go meet some cows. Here, cows. Hi, cows. Want some of this? Want some of this? Oh, you're super cute. Here. I like your earrings. Do they come in blue? Okay, so I've had a lot of fun on the farm today with Dr. Earl. We've learned about why cows make good meat, good milk, good cheese, and why they don't. So, you know, always a good time with Dr. Earl. I look forward to the next one, sort of.
Holly, come here. I got something for you.
What?
Yeah, a little special mix.
Weird. He's got a blender. All right, let's go see what that's about. Yeah, all right, bye, cows. See ya. All right, I'm coming. All right, what do you got?
Something fresh from the farm.
Ooh, is it healthy?
Absolutely.
Ooh, it kind of smells musky.
Mm-hmm.
That's meaty. Tastes like berries. I think there's some hay in my back of my throat. Oh, that tastes like udder.
Well, Holly, great job. And I know, all joking aside, that you were standing in something that probably
It was
didn't
bad.
smell so good.
It was super hard for me. I have trouble with smells.
And, you know, I don't have kids, so I'm not as cognizant of the food I buy, but there's some great alternatives out there. Whole Foods, Sprouts, I think we mentioned another one earlier that's great. And these type of markets, locally sourced from very healthy vendors.
And they support like the small farmer. I mean, I think that's the whole thing. You need to support the farmers that are trying to do it right. So, and then we can like have it cost effective down the road. If all farmers are doing it at that level and that's what we expect, then, you know, price will eventually come down. It's, as consumers, we have to make that be what we demand. And here's the good news. I mean, all joking aside from everything, I think 100 years ago, we didn't have people who couldn't drink milk or eat wheat, or it's not that our bodies have all of a sudden lost the ability to handle the stuff that's been in our world for hundreds of years. It's obviously the way these things are being processed. And we've got doctors like Dr. Earl and the great guys at Integrated Wellness that if you're suffering with these allergies or these kind of chronic fatigue or these problems that are probably stemming, especially hormone imbalance and antibiotic resistance, definitely give them a call. They are there to help you, and obviously, as you can see, they're a good time too. They're a lot of fun.
And that was a great segment. But please, at home, folks, if you let your co-host go out in the field like that, tell her to shower before she comes back to the studio.
Oh dear.
If you've been looking for alternative healthcare, imagine coming into a facility where you can meet with someone who specializes in your condition and then takes your exam findings and meets with a team of specialists to come up with a combined approach that will put you back on the path to health. At Integrated Wellness, they have everything from a medical doctor to an allergy specialist on staff. All combined, they can treat conditions ranging from rheumatoid arthritis to allergies, even chronic fatigue. Call Integrated Wellness for your consultation so you can be on the path to wellness today.
And welcome back to Talk Utah. I'm with noted film critic Rich Bonaducci. And the reason that I'm perfect for this interview is, as opposed to Holly, Holly is an actress. She knows movies. She goes every night to see movies. I am a total ignoramus. I am not a movie person. So you're going to talk to me in this segment about why I'm wrong.
So you don't even like to go?
I don't like to go to movies.
Why not?
You're stuck, you're watching something for 2 hours, it could really be terrible. Whereas at home, I'm a guy. I watch 4 to 5 games simultaneously. I'm switching between all the channels. Games are what guys watch. Movies are what guys watch if they're in a relationship. And tell me that I'm not right on this one.
I don't watch games.
Why?
I couldn't care less.
Oh my God. But you got to admit.
Plus, I don't have a sweater like that. I think you need a sweater like that to watch a game.
Well, you have to be a little bit macho, and I've got, my shoulders popped
I got Paisley, for crying out loud.
But you're in a successful relationship, and I'm not, so maybe I need to not cast a curse.
Is she watching? Yes, it's successful.
Now, how many nights a week do you go to the movies?
3.
And would you say the movies have gotten better in recent years? Or a lot of people like to look back, to the classic movies. My favorites, going way, way back.
Birth of a Nation.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Citizen Kane. Now, have you ever sat through Citizen Kane?
Of course I have. I own it.
Citizen Kane is supposed to be the greatest movie of all time. I watched 10 minutes of it. It sucked. First of all, Orson Welles couldn't even afford color. To show you how...
he's supposed to be this rich guy, and it's not even in color.
It's in black and white.
I call BS.
Okay, give your top 5 movies of all time.
Oh, geez.
I'm putting you on the spot here.
You really are. I see like 5 movies a week. It's really hard for me to do.
I thought you just said you saw 3.
I go 3 times. Oftentimes, I'll see 3 in a day.
You sneak into movies?
No. I see 3 in a day.
Do you ever sneak into a movie? You can tell the world now.
I've never snuck into one, but I've walked out of one.
Well, that's not a problem. If you pay for a movie, you get to go see movies for free.
No, this was back when I was paying for it.
Well, everyone walks out of movies. They're boring.
I've walked out of one in my entire life.
What movie was that?
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck. That was Holly's first movie.
Duck. I'm sorry, I walked out.
Why are you sorry? It was terrible.
As soon as that duck started eyeing up her in the panties, I went, I'm out.
Okay, no. When it comes to genre, what's your favorite?
Drama.
Don't you find that dramas you have to think a lot when you watch them?
Sometimes.
So clearly you understand why I like comedies best.
And games.
Okay, now the new #1 movie in the country last week was Dumb and Dumber 2.
Unfortunately, yes.
Do we reward stupidity in this country?
I think it's going to take a dive. I think the follow-up weekend, that was just this weekend.
Yeah.
And of course, a huge legacy there with Jim Carrey and all that. So I think a lot of people went to check it out, but I don't think a lot of people are going to go again. And I don't think word of mouth from friends is going to get people in.
What I hate about the movie business now, because I follow it from a business standpoint, is that everything is predicated on the opening weekend and then it falls off.
Yeah.
Whereas in the old days, movies would have legs and they'd start out and they'd grow an audience. You could open small and then go big.
Yeah.
Now you've got to do everything in one weekend.
It's true.
And it's, as an actor or someone in the business, which I'm not, it would be terrible that you spend a year on a project And then everything is determined on Friday night.
It's true. Back when Star Trek 10 came out, I'll make this quick, Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart was on some talk show saying, go see this movie this weekend. If it doesn't perform well this weekend, there will not be another one. It was so focused on the weekend and not the long haul that Star Trek 10 was the last one, as well as it should have been if you'd seen it.
Pretty much if a movie gets to 10, we don't want it. The greatest sequel ever, last thing, Godfather 2?
Probably.
We're in agreement. That's Rich Bonaducci, the best film critic in town. I'm Trip Mitchell. We'll be back with more Talk Utah.
Are you on Medicare? And do you suffer from back or knee pain? Have you tried injections, pain pills, or even had or considered surgery? If these examples apply to you or a loved one in pain, stop. There is a better way. You could qualify to receive a pain-relieving back or knee brace at little or no cost to you. You'll receive free information, free delivery, and all the insurance paperwork is handled for free. Best of all, there is little to no cost to you for the braces. Call 1-800-919-1413.
We are back. Okay, so Trip, you know, you and I, we're kind of in a technological field, you know, TV and film.
You would think.
Yeah, and yet I would say that we're probably the most technologically challenged individuals ever, right? For the most part, you know.
On the bottom. Yep.
So I'm always out there looking for the latest and greatest. And for this Improving You, I had a chance to meet with Chris Johnson from System Networks. He is a tech guru. And the awesome thing about him is he basically comes in with his team and he handles all the technical problems that are like slowing up your office and take hours of your day away, whether you're smart and you can do them or you're like Trip and I and you just have no idea how to fix it and we just like hit stuff. He can pretty much handle it. Let's check this out. Welcome to Improving You. I'm Holly Love, and today I am joined by tech guru and president of System Networks, Chris Johnson. Chris, thank you so much for talking with us today.
You bet, Holly. Thanks for having us.
Okay, so here's the thing. No matter what field you're in, it is hard to be an expert in everything. And even if you are one of those really brilliant individuals that can do everything well, it's very overwhelming to have to do it all when you're trying to run a company, especially when you have IT problems. And that is where Chris comes in. So Chris, tell us about System Networks.
Well, we've been around a little over a decade and a half. Basically, we come in and we take care of all your computer problems. Desktops to printers to servers. When an employee sends a print job to a printer and it prints across the street or wherever, we take care of those kind of issues. Basically, we take care of all your technology issues so you don't have to, so you can focus on what you do and sleep good at night.
And you've created a system where you can team view in or do work remotely, is that right?
That's right. We have our own in-house system, SysConnectors. It's a product that's like TeamViewer or LogMeIn. It allows us to remote in and do our maintenance at night when your employees aren't working. So you can come in and everything works. It also allows the owners to remote in from their homes and do work, their mobile devices.
And you also offer cloud-based services, and you have a huge data center. Can you, explain the cloud?
We do.
Elusive cloud.
Essentially, we have Office 365, Exchange Server, websites. We can do custom stuff for clients that need custom applications that used to be on site that now just want to be in the cloud. Basically, anything you can think of except programming, we can do. We have our own data center, Class A data center. Our stuff is custom and private, so it's not on a shared system with a bunch of other companies. It's a little difference between us and a typical Gmail type of a thing. We can do all the basic services, but we can also do the services for your industry.
Because you work with any type of company, you mentioned from restaurants to medical offices, the software that they use, you end up being like, I visualize you as the interpreter.
Yep, all companies have software that runs that line of a business, and we basically will communicate between them and their software vendor and keep everything running smoothly.
So besides support services, you have a lot of companies that will outsource you to be an entire IT department. Tell me how that works.
Small and large companies a lot of times don't have the budget to have computer IT personnel. So we'll go in and we'll map out their network, their servers, their equipment, the age. We'll come up with a plan to maintain it all and give them a quote for an affordable way to maintain it. Create reliable state and let them focus on their business while we focus on keeping their network upgraded and running smooth.
Basically, it's like having IT insurance. So if the world breaks apart and they have you in place, it's going to cost a lot less than if they were doing it without you.
That's right. Eventually, computers fail. Servers fail. Eventually they're going to have a problem. And it may take 80 hours to repair a problem instead of paying $85 to $180 an hour to have a problem solved. If they're a dental office paying $200 a month, the price stays $200 a month, even if it takes us 80 hours to fix the problem.
All right, Chris, what is the best way for a company to get started with you?
They can pick up the phone and give us a call. They can go to our website. We'll send somebody out to meet with them and give you a price that will work within your budget.
And what if they mention that they saw us today on Improving You in Talk Utah?
If they mention that they saw us today, we will include a free server with a 12-month contract or something equivalent.
So this free gift is worth thousands of dollars, so you definitely want to mention that you saw us today on Improving You. Chris, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for joining us. I'm Holly Love, recommending that you call in and see for yourself how System Networks can improve you.
We did the psychiatrists and the psychologists and the neurologists and all the different ologists. Brain Balance was able to put their finger on it and say, this is exactly why she's struggling.
If one hemisphere of the brain dominates the other, learning and behavior are affected. Brain Balance fixes this connection, resulting in life-changing improvement.
At school, the teachers can't believe the change that has come about.
This is not my kid anymore. This is this totally different kid.
Welcome back, everybody. This has been a super fun show. I mean, Rich Bonaducci, first I have to give special thanks to him for, proving to you once and for all, it's really hard to have top 5 movies just like that. It's not an easy thing to do when you have so many favorite things.
I totally understand, but Rich is very funny, and I like to put him on the spot, and I like to do the same with you. And he takes movies very seriously, as opposed to myself, who, as we found out, watches 5 games simultaneously.
Yeah.
Now is the greatest time of the year, and the reason is you've got pro football, college basketball, pro hockey, college hockey, all going on simultaneously, and NASCAR just finished up. I mean, it is a sports lover's. Is there any wonder why I'm single?
Yeah, there were so many thoughts there going on at the same time.
But Holly, I've enjoyed it. We juxtaposed you standing in manure to standing in technology.
I know, right? I've been all over the place.
So you are the queen of manure. When it comes to anything that you need to know about manure, it seems to be your strong point.
At least for this week. Who knows? We'll see what happens next week.
Well, it's always changing. That's Holly Love. I'm Trip Mitchell. We thank you so much for watching Talk Utah. We'll see you next time. Have a great, great week.